We are set to go, ladies and gentlemen, people around the world. The flannel is back, and it is in a different color. Welcome to the Weekly Beer Show. Yes, Nate, how are you, man?
Travel Man Dan, I'm fantastic. How are you?
I am pumped up and ready to go. We have a very exciting show. We're going to get into it in a minute. We're going to be doing a little switcheroo. We had a little bit of logistics issues, but we figured it out. We made the lemonade, and now it's time to get on. So, guys, thank you so much for being here. If this is your first time being here and you just stumbled upon our channel, make sure you're of age to be drinking. If you're drinking along, or if you're just watching, I hope that you're going to have fun because we got an awesome show for you. But let me tell you a little bit about what we do here. We'll go ahead, and it is called the Weekly Beer Show, isn't it, Nate?
It is.
All right, and that's exactly what we do. We drink beer on this channel or on this show. We go ahead and we review two beers. We got two amazing beers to try out, and in between, we do a couple of different segments. We got segments like the good news segment. We got segments like what would you rather? We got segments, what are you reading? What are you watching? What are you listening? And then I close out the show with a quote of the week. But our favorite segment is now becoming Mr. Nate Knows. Okay, that guy next to me. That guy, I know he knows a lot of shit, man. So be ready for that. If this is your first time, strap in, grab a beer if you're of age, sit back, relax. And Nate, why don't you tell those who are returning and our regular audience? I already see Wonder Strudel's here. Jerunatic is here.
What's up, guys?
What we do.
You guys know what we do. We review two beers. We crack them, smell them, taste them. Then we get to the point where we do our scoring, which is based out of 25 points, 5 different sections, 5 points each. We have not gotten to a 25-point beer yet. Danny, is today the day?
Today the day. Today's the day. We got Banana on the show.
Shanna,
Banana. Yes. All right. I love you, Shanna. I'm glad that you were able here to show up. VIH is here. Nate, we are ready to crack them, sniff them, and taste them. Busy tonight. Have a good show. All right, gents, have a good one. Nice to see you dropping in from Norway. Wonder Strudel is here. Cheers. Cheers to you, too. Skål. All right, Nate, let's get into it. Let's get right into the beer. And today's beer was a little bit of a mix-up, okay? We didn't. Oh no, we promoted this, but we don't have the thing. If you watch the promo video, we were unable to, and we had an accident with the Deschutes. So we're gonna start off with the first beer from the promo video, and skål, yes. And we got Brett Little is in the house. Still waiting for some beer cave improvement. Dirty he's busting your balls already. We're not even 5 minutes in. Today's first brewery is from Colorado. It is called Rogue Ales. And today we're going to be drinking the Colossal Claude. Nate, look at that. Oh, that is so beautiful. I love the artwork. It's a great looking can. I love it, man. It's got everything. It's got some badass artwork. Tells you the brewery, tells you what it is. It's in what kind of beer is this, Nate?
It is a double IPA.
It's a double IPA.
Yep, 8.8% Imperial IPA.
But it's not considered a DIPA, is it? Or it is? They just don't label it that.
Well, I mean, if you're an Imperial means double, so yes, they're just not titling it as a double IPA. They're calling it Imperial.
Okay, awesome. All right, well, really excited to try this. It's dedicated to fishing stories. All right, we got a lot of stories to get into. Well, let's go ahead and get right into the beer, Nate. What do you say?
Let's do it.
All right, let's crack it, sniff it, and taste it. Here we go. All right, I got one of those tricks. Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh, yeah.
Definitely tropical, right in the nose.
Yeah. Right. Oh, yeah. I mean,
it smells like an IPA.
Yeah, it smells very fruity, very citric-y. Beer in front. Good morning, Dave Z.
What's up, Dave? Welcome, buddy. Thanks for joining.
Dave, we've created a monster. I just saw Nate just casually slip in a shot of Malort. He didn't even like call it out, like I'm gonna do a shot. He literally just reached over, grabbed the bottle of Malort, took a quick shot, and I just realized it now. But this is what we're drinking.
It's the official shot of the show, by the way.
The official shot of the show. Let's go ahead and pour it in, Nate. Let's go in and see what this looks like. The Colossal Claude from Rogue Owls.
It's going to be hazy or unfiltered.
Oh, yeah. That's like some heavy medicated urine. Just look, even you have that one medicine. The doctor says it's going to make your urine look a little bit different. Look at that.
So it's not quite as orange juicy in the color. It's a little bit more of an amber than it is that real orange, bright kind of trend that we're seeing with the hazies. But it's a nice looking beer. Cloudy, unfiltered.
Yeah, I mean, looking at it, it looks like a beautiful beer. It's got a great look to it. Hazy. There's not a lot of flakiness going on. The head's perfect on it. But overall, nice looking beer. Dave says you can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning. That sounds like something the twins would say, but I love it. And one thing, as long as I got what's that? So one thing I wanted to say, as long as we got Dave here, me and Nate are going to be on the Beer in Front podcast. So we'll keep you updated. It's probably going to happen sometime this month. And then I think either end of March or April, it'll be out. So really excited about that. But Nate, let's go ahead and try out this drink from Rogue Owls, the Colossal Claude. Cheers.
Cheers, buddy.
Oh, yeah, we're doing this one. We're all over the place today.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So one thing I like is on the can here. I don't know if you noticed that, but they put this star, which kind of tells you what the hops are going to do in this beer. So it's going to be tropical, citrus, and a little bit of pine, some bitterness. And, of course, you see it has the least amount of malt. I like that. I like that they do that. That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, look, the first sip, delicious. I felt like, what it felt like drinking? You remember the old gum Fruit Stripe?
Yeah.
With the zebra and like all
the different colors. Yep.
I don't know if you've ever done this, but I used to take the entire pack, the 64 pack, unwrap them, and then put them all in my mouth. And it was just like this. It was like this tropical explosion.
Yeah.
And that's what I tasted when I tried this. I mean, I definitely taste a lot of pineapple in there. There's some orangeness in there. There's some other fruit I can't recognize. You got a really good palate for these things. But Nate, I'm not a huge fan of the tropical stuff. I like more of a piney IPA, but this one is delicious. What do you think on your first sip?
Yeah, I kind of agree. So we just talked about it before the show started, how juicy and a lot of the New Englands are and the hazy options are now. And I kind of like the older stuff where it's a little bit it's got a little bit more bitterness, a bit pith to it. It's not so overly sweet. And that's what this kind of does. It has a little bit of that West Coast IPA style to it with the tropical notes. They're not leaning on the pulp. They're leaning on the citrus from the actual hops, which I like.
Yeah, definitely. Good morning, Calvin. Good morning, everyone. How are we doing? We're going to have the regulars are starting to show up. This is what we're drinking. It is from a Rogue Owl. It is called the Colossal Claude. Very delicious. I love the artwork. Nate, it's got a lot of writing on the back of that. I can't. Can you read that?
Sure. So it says up here at the top, it says Dare, Risk, Dream. It's been a few decades since the Colossal Claude sighting has been reported, but we're fairly certain the massive sea monster has been laying low off the coast of his favorite brewery. Word has it that after years of terrifying sailors and feasting on salmon, he acquired a taste for hops. So we brewed this IPA with a colossal dose of Cascade, Chinook, Citra, and Strata hops in hope of coaxing Clog out to join us for a pint. So I'm a big fan when brewers do this. I like when they tell a little bit of a story. It makes you feel a deeper connection to the beer, maybe an understanding of what they're trying to accomplish.
Yeah, I love that. I love that there's some kind of imagination, some creativity going on. If you look at a lot of Rogue Ales, they have a lot of that, like the Bat Squatch and some of them other characters. And they're becoming one of my favorite breweries because of that. I like that kind of stuff. To me, obviously, the beers are always going to be somewhat similar, I feel like, especially in the categories that they're in, like the hazies. If you lined up 20 hazies, I doubt you'd be able to actually tell which one is from which brewery unless you were only drinking that one for a long time, right? I mean, they're pretty similar.
I agree. They're similar, and you got, for you to be able to pick it up that way, you'd have to drink that beer a lot. You know what I mean? Like, you'd have to be going through that process of tasting it and smelling it and understanding it. Usually you drink one can of this stuff because there's so many options out there. You want to try them.
Yeah, and they're all quite similar. So I like how they add that little backstory to it. I bet you if you put 10 beers in front of me and blind testing me, I could find the Labatt's Blue. I guarantee I could probably do it. Maybe we should make
their website.
What's that?
You want to check out their website?
Absolutely. Bring it up. Let's check out Rogue Ale. These guys are in Colorado. Okay. Cool. Knuckle buster. Nothing wrong with a little punch in the face. Maybe a whack on top of the head with a wrench.
So there you go. Right on the main page for their beers. I'm pretty sure this is a recent addition to their year-round lineup, along with the Bat Squatch, which you can see. But I like their website's nice. It's got a lot of detail to it. When you click onto this beer, the one that we're drinking right here, shows you 8.2%, 75 IBUs. That's the bitterness unit. How they measure that, I do not know what SRM means. But here, the same thing that they wrote on the can is right there. I like that they tell you the ingredients. That's a big deal to me. I like it when I can read the ingredients. Shows you that it's a year-round option, and these are the different ways that you can purchase it. So pretty good website.
Yeah. Shanna says, let's do it. I'd love to test Danny. Let's do it, Shanna. All right.
Awesome.
I'm telling you, I think I could do it. I think if you put 10 beers in front of me, blind testing me, I think that would be a fun episode, right? A blind test. What do we got going on there, Nate? Do they make seltzers?
Yeah. So this is CBD. So some kind of CBD seltzer, I guess. And they have their own vodka. So Rogue is a pretty large regional brewery. I'm pretty sure they were bought out years ago. One of the craft brew companies that kind of rose to the top and were purchased. So they've been able to expand and do a lot of different things.
Shanna's pushing it, Nate. I love it. You're going to be here at Cali. Oh, look at that. Look at that. They make spirits.
Yeah, like stouted whiskey. That's interesting. Dead guy.
I want to say that Rogue Dead Guy Al was one of the very first. And I know Dave Z, if you're still here, you could probably comment on that. But I remember Dead Rogue Al being one of the first of the micro brews back in the day, or now it's called craft beers. But they were one of the first to kind of come out and introduce us along with the Sierra and the Pete's Wicked and some of these other great beers that have been around for quite a while, like the ones from Boulevard. But I want to say Rogue Dead Guy Al, Nate, has been around for a while.
So, yeah, the first time I had that, it was in Shenzhen. So,
really?
I remember it. It was one of the first times I had one of those beers, probably like 6 years ago now. Actually, it's longer than that, actually. But yeah, that's where I had it. Was first time was in China at Baya Bar, and I remember getting.
Dude, I love Nate in China, man. Nate in China was they were an OG. Nate in China, thank you, Dave. Nate in China was my favorite, dude. This guy was ripping and roaring, dude. I remember this. I'll never forget this time. We're walking down the foreign bar area. And Nate is notorious for the Irish exit. If you don't know what the Irish exit is, you're having a good time, and all of a sudden, one of your friends just decides his time is over at that bar. He doesn't want to say goodbye because he might, he just might get ragged into another beer. He might owe money, whatever the case be. that person, whoever it is, just they call it the Irish exit. He's just gone. And people start to notice like an hour later, like, where did he go? Genesee Cream out. Luciana says, yes, he is. Listen, so he used to do the Irish exit a lot in China. And the one day I was living in a city about an hour from there, and I took the subway in, and we're hanging out on the local street. We're having a couple beers in the daytime, eating Chinese food, whatever. And all of a sudden, I hear, Nate, from across the street. I'm like, hey, that guy's calling you. And Nate's like, keep walking. Keep walking. Nate. I'm like, dude, that guy's calling you, man. And I'm like looking over at him, waving to him, acknowledging him. And Nate. And finally, the guy comes running across the street. He was the proprietor, the owner of this Irish bar. Like, mate, you took off last night. You didn't pay your tab. He just exited out. And apparently, he was buying for everybody. You know, Nate's very generous like that. So it was really funny. I'm sure you get squared up properly.
Yeah, I got squared up. Macaulay's?
Mahoney's or Mahoney's?
Macaulay's? No, it was either something with an H. With an H.
No, it was Hooley's. No.
Hooley's, yeah, it was Hooley's.
Okay, yeah. It was the Irish bar. They were like, oh, yeah, you got a hamburger. And basically, the hamburger was like a meatloaf. SRM is standard reference method. What is going? This is from Shanna Banana. Wow. I'm like,
learning every day. Thank you, Shanna. That was awesome.
Love and light, Drew to take. Not only from learning, but from Shanna. Yeah, Shanna's the best. If you guys don't know, I work with Shanna. She is she's the OG dog, man. Like, I'll never forget the first day I started working at this job. You know, it was a construction job. And I get in there. I never had an office. I never had a real job like this. And so I walk into it, and like there's a bookshelf in the office, whatever. And she's like, oh, you know, you can go. And I'm walking, and they're pointing over, and I see this like disc, this like circular plaque of the Yankees. And then there's a Buffalo Bills thing. And I'm like, oh, there's another Buffalo Bills Yankees fan. And they're like, no, that's your office. And I, honest to God, dude, I almost started crying. I almost started crying. And, you know, they're just really, really good people. And Shanna was the one that bought that. And if I never told you that, Shanna, you know, now I've told you. But thank you so much. It really touched my heart. And not to make a little softy show here, but just to have that and feel welcomed and to have that extra little thing, it was fantastic. And yeah, oh man, I'm getting chills just thinking about it because
that's nice.
Yeah. Anyway, this is what we're drinking, guys. It is the Rogue Colossal Claude. Okay, very good beer.
Can you feel it yet?
I can. It's
a little boozy.
It's a little boozy, yeah. Which is unusual, right, Nate? A lot of these hazy, hey, Baba, Drew the Tech. A lot of these hazy IPAs, they're not so boozy like your stouts or your porters. I'm not a big fan of porters in general, but this one, is a great label. This one is definitely boozy at 8%. Nice color to it.
I like it. It's a good beer for the type of brewery that it is. You know, being as large as it is mass produced. It's a good quality beer.
Yeah. All right, let's go on to a couple other things I'm going to go down and talk about. In a few hours, we're going to have the Heritage Classic. Now, a lot of you guys have no idea what the hell I'm talking about.
Nope.
Jens might know because he's Norwegian and he knows about Norwegian players, some folks in Denmark and Sweden. But other than that, North American, Canadians, and people along the border are going to be celebrating an outdoor hockey game between the Buffalo Sabres and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Are going to be playing an outdoor. Brett knows what I'm talking about. The Heritage Classic is going to be played in Hamilton, Ontario, which is the Canadian side, halfway in between Buffalo and Toronto. It's going to be a really big game. Yeah, so it's kind of like the outdoor classic, but I'm looking forward to that. But let's talk about Jack Eichel's return to Buffalo. He was our superstar hockey player. And what I really like about it, hey, yes, I'm trolling. I love it. Beer in Front said the Sabres jersey today is outstanding. It's so funny that you said that, Dave, because I don't have a lot of money, and I really want to buy that jersey.
Is it what is it, a jersey specifically for today?
Yeah, it's called the Heritage Classic. It's your Sabres emblem. It's got a little gold on it. And I got like 3 jerseys already, but I like the hockey jersey. It's a long sleeve, nice fit. For me, I like the hockey jersey. Who's in the house? Say what's up to have trolling in the house. But that's on tap. Jack Eichel returned to Buffalo. And ironically, the 2 guys that we got for the trade from Jack Eichel from Las Vegas scored 2 goals. I was excited about that. It looks like the Knights are tanking a little bit, which is better for us because our draft pick will be better. But, on his way out.
Bright.
What's it? The future's bright.
Future's bright.
I'll tell you, I've been saying it since day one. The future's bright with Donnie Granato, the coach. He can develop talent. And I'm telling you, man, the amount of talent the Sabres have in the pipeline and on the team, it's just, next year when they have Darlene and Owen Power. But anyway, it's not a hockey show. Let's move on to the next thing.
Thank you for the trip back to 1985, Danny.
What you talking about, 1985? We love hockey in Buffalo. All right. Have a great day, guys. I've got to go head out. I'm going
all right.
Nice banana. Have a great day.
Bye,
I am heading down to Stevenson's Ranch in a little bit. I'm going to go to that nice Italian restaurant and get a pizza pie.
Oh, what kind?
I don't know. Probably something with
pineapple.
I like. Okay, you can either call it ricotta or, if you're from Buffalo, ricotta. All of a sudden, this weird little Italian.
Hold on, can you do that again? Give me both again. Give me the standard American one, and then give me the Buffalo one.
Sure. Hey, can I get a little bit of that ricotta cheese?
Of course.
Hey, can I get a little bit of ricotta cheese?
I like how you use your hand too.
I noticed these things as I got older. Cheers to all my Danish friends. Yum, going for a Thai massage. Awesome, Shanna. Well deserved. Enjoy yourself. Thanks for coming by. And once again, really seriously, thank you for putting that Yankees and Bills stuff in my office. That made me feel so welcome. Skull,
thank you for taking care of my friend. Thank you.
All right. So next thing I want to talk about is the Travel Man Dan episodes. I told you guys I was going to take the month of January, February, March off just to go ahead and be able to heal my leg, rehab. I'm a firm believer that a lot of internal stress is not good for healing. So instead of pushing myself with the videos, I wanted to go ahead and take a look at the channel. And so a lot of this stuff is going to be the same that you see, but there's little tweaks and little nuances that I think I've corrected, and I'm going back out and starting to film. So you're going to have like a regular old-fashioned TV series, Nate, of 13 episodes the rest of the year. You're going to have 13 episodes of travel show. You're going to have 13 episodes of put some gabagool on that pie. I love it. You're going to have 13 episodes of Food Friday. And, of course, the beer show. Man, we have all the fun stuff that we've been filming the last year all broken down. So I'm creating a lot of micro episodes. So I will be traveling back there, Twin. Right now, it's a toss-up for my birthday. I might be going to either Vegas, Buffalo, or New Mexico. So I'm looking into it, but I'll definitely be back. I am going to be going to New Mexico. I am going to be going to Vietnam this summer. Vietnam, baby. Yeah.
Dude, what city?
Right outside of Saigon, the beach city. There's a beach city outside of Saigon. So I'll be going. No, not Trong, but yeah, really excited about that. But no, what I'm also excited about is drinking this beer. And then, you know what?
What?
It's got, Nate, the thing I like about this beer, and if you don't know, we're drinking the Rogue Colossal Claude. Okay. The thing I like about this beer, Nate, it's got a really nice aftertaste. Make for your birthday and bring Nate. Oh, I would love that, dude. Twin, that's the main. My mother's asking. The last time I was home, my birthday was 24 years ago. It'll be 25 years ago.
Really?
Yeah. That was the last time I was home. Because my birthday was in April, and I left when I was 20 years old. So I just haven't been home. I haven't had a birthday in my hometown with my family, a cake, blowing out the candles in 25 years.
You know what else, though? Your birthday also lands on draft weekend.
Draft night this year.
Draft night. That's right.
Draft night. Yeah. Make your birthday and bring that. That's the only thing that I'm contemplating because my birthday falls on draft night. It's a Thursday and it's in Vegas. So, hey, Ginevra, what's up? All right. So what I was saying is, you notice Nate's got a different glass than me. I like this beer mug. Nate drinks out of the tulip. I'm not a big fan of it. But Nate knows more than me when it comes to glasses. And Nate, why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about glasses?
All right. Well, so we've been talking a lot about beer, the foundation of beer. What are the ingredients? What are different breweries? What are different styles? And one of the interesting things as you get deeper into the culture of beer is actually how you drink it. For instance, the Heady Topper beer, right, which is considered one of the best beers in the world, certain country, and they have it right on the can. It tells you to drink from the can, which is kind of the opposite of what people do in the craft beer world, which is use glasses, right? And there's different styles of glasses. There's tons that you can choose from. But what I wanted to show was what I believe are the 4 or 5 that you can have in your house that cover all beers. And you don't need to buy 20 different glasses. Look at that guy right there. So let me show you a little bit of what I did here. Put this little thing here together for everybody. This is just to show you the different types of beer glasses. There's a lot. All right.
Oh, wow.
See those right there? Check this out, Danny.
Ooh.
So why don't you go there and give me your top 3? If you have the top 3, what do you like?
Okay, my top 3 on that one would be, I really like the one for mixed drinks, but I guess it's be good. Okay, all right. So my top 3 would be the Stange.
Okay.
That weird long one. I love a long glass. You know what I mean? I've always enjoyed that for drinks and cocktails, but I really like it for beer too. The Stange would be my first. Okay. I don't know why I don't drink out of the Stange. I don't know. My second would be the glass mug.
Yep.
And then the third would be the tulip pint.
The tulip pint. All right. So the curvature of the tulip pint. All right. So for me, my favorite probably now, I have used quite a few of these. I really love the the tulip, the IPA glass. I love a traditional Stein mug. I don't have one, but those are pretty awesome. I like how ornate they are. But anyway, so as you can see, there's a lot of varieties. What I wanted to do is show the ones that I think you can have in your house without going nuts and buying all of these options. You can have 4 or 5 in your house that cover all beer, right? That's the whole point. Different beers, different glasses. So the first one here I wanted to introduce called there's actually it's a pint, and there's 2. So you've got the shaker, which is in the middle there, and the shaker pint looks like this. All right. It's just flat sides, straight, right? There's no curvature to it. This right here is specifically designed for shaking cocktails. It is not really used for beer traditionally or originally. Really? Now, what happened was because of the ability to stack this, the ability to keep everything easily clean, they've been using it in restaurants and people at home because it's cheap, it's sturdy, it does the job, and it's a good option. You can drink any beer out of this glass and enjoy it. Remember one thing about these, you can drink anything out of any glass you want. But if you do get into the culture of beer. There's some beer. There's some, but for this is the standard shaker pint. On the right, you see one that's called the no nick. Now, the no nick pint essentially means no nicks. So that little bubble there that they have at the top, that was designed if it tips over, that the rim of the glass does not nick, because that's where you have issues. If there's a nick in the glass, you got to throw it away. So what they did was, if this no nick falls, it doesn't fall on the ledge. It falls onto that little bump. So that's why that's there, and that is considered
brilliant.
And it's better to hold, right? So it's just an updated Baker pint. Gives it a little bit of style, looks nicer with the beer in it, in my opinion. Yeah. So moving on to the next one, this is a tulip. This is what I'm drinking right now. I'm a big fan of the tulip. This is going to be really good for Belgian beers, porter, anything darker, aromatic, because it does give you a really nice entry to smelling, right? You can kind of move this thing around and not worry about it spilling. It's difficult to do that with a glass like this. It's really easy to get it up to the nose. It has a stem, so it does trap the aroma very nicely. It's a good glass to have at home. Again, anything that's aromatic, anything that you want to try and get a full idea and a connection between the senses, this is a good one for you. I like this kind of glass.
The tulip. I'm not a big fan of the tulip, and I don't know. There's something about it. Like, I feel like it's hard to drink out of. Like, this one, I could put this out, like, I feel like I'm getting like this. Like, I get stuck. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But
yeah, I mean, listen, it's all up to preference here. You guys drink out of whatever you like. I just wanted to showcase the ones that I prefer, and I think this is a good one to have in the house. Gives a little bit of style. The next one, it is actually probably my favorite, and I just recently drank out of this for the first time. I just recently bought it. The glass is not very clean right now, but this is the IPA glass. This was specifically designed for Indian pale ales, really pale ales overall. It's exceptionally awesome in your hand. Because so the difference between the tulip, see the tulip, you kind of have to go around the bottom. It's slightly awkward, where it's not awkward at all. Super easy and real to get the nose in here, right? You're not risking any spilling. You can kind of move this thing around, right? It just feels good in the hand, and it's really pretty. So, and it was designed specifically for it. I like this beer. It's designed for an IPA. You can drink any beer out of it, but that's what it was designed.
I like that a lot too, man. I like the IPA glass. The look of it's cool, but the functionality of it is actually what's really nice. Like you said, like you can grab that bottom. Like if you grab this thing and like you can go like this, but if it's filled all the way, you got to risk it spilling out. Same thing with this. With that one, good for sour, says Ginevra. That's good. Yeah, you can spin it around. I actually really like that. If you see the Teku glass, good choice. Right?
And it's funny that Dave just said that because the Ness is exactly. So this was my previous favorite, was the Teku, right?
Yeah.
I really love this glass. Now, again, you can drink any beer out of this, but it really creates a beautiful profile for the beer. I like the longer stem in comparison to the tulip. It's easier to handle, and it does, again, create that aroma, traps the aroma in the glass, and is easy for you to smell it. It creates, similarly to the IPA glass, kind of a vortex with the smell and the aromas, and you can really pick up the smell of the beer before you're tasting it.
The Teku glass.
Yeah, it's a showstopper. It's one of those ones that if you're at a brewery, a lot of times offer that as the glass of choice for their beers.
A showstopper, he said, folks.
I love it.
Stop the show. That gentleman over there has a Teku glass.
All right, and the last one, I thought it was a little bit cheeky, but the last one, of course, you can have in your house is the red.
Now we're talking Danny style.
And over here on the left, I have some lyrics there. That is from a Toby Keith song called Red Solo Cup.
1, 2, 3. Now, Red Solo Cup is the best receptacle for barbecues, tailgates, fairs, and festivals. And you, sir, you have a pair of testicles. If you prefer drinking from a glass, hey, Red Solo Cup is cheap and disposable. And in 14 years, they are decomposable. And unlike my home, they are not foreclosable. Freddie Mac Kiss my ass. All right.
All right. There we go. Cheers to that, Danny. But
cheers, man. I love it, dude. I love it.
That's those are the beer glasses I think that you can have in your house. You don't have to go crazy over it. Get yourself a good pint glass. Get yourself a nice tulip or two, an IPA, a teku, and of course, always have red solo cups available.
You know, Nate, I'm really inspired by this segment. I really like what a great job. You know, guys, give it up for Nate. What's up there, freak? All right, another great job, another great informative, added value to the show, whether it's your first time or whether you're a professional. It's funny that, you know, Dave, who's a professional, mentioned the teku, and that was the next slide. But
I love it. Kind of cool. Thanks, Dave.
Yeah, and you know, I drink out of like a pseudo pint. But, you know, I think what I'm going to start to do, and I think I'm going to implement that within the next 2 weeks, is you see there's missing space right here, okay? This missing space on the bar needs to be a glass profile, right? And I think that can you go ahead and bring up that first chart or the second one of all the different glasses that you can drink? So, you know, that's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and create a separate shelf where I have my favorite ones. And what I want to put is, obviously, I think the snifter or the goblet or the tulip, they're all kind of the same.
I like how you add an H in there. Snifter.
Yeah, that is snifter and the tulip.
Do you have a boot? Do you have Das Boot?
I have a little one from Germany that I had. It's up there. But, you know, I got these cups, the pint glass. So there's a couple of things, but yeah, I think we're gonna add a third shelf here. If you don't look at, I think this is also interesting to point out. This is the Biscotti di Prato, the stout. It's still sitting in the glass, and it looks like 2 inches of it evaporated from last week's misfall. but yeah, and I definitely want to get the stainage.
Yeah, so yeah, that's an interesting one. And you know what, Daniel, what we can do is I can send you some links and we can put them down in the description from Amazon. All of this stuff is so easy to buy on Amazon. I think this IPA glasses, I got 2 next day. They were $26. You know, it's not cheap, but you can get them the next day.
Well, the good thing is, Nate, is along with the Travel Man Dan merchandise that's coming out, like the shirts. So each show, you have your Travel Man Dan, you have your Food Friday, you have your Reading Man Dan, and you have your weekly beer show shirts are coming up. You're just a kid from Kenmore. We are also going to be having some really fun pint glasses for the beer show. So stay tuned for that. If you guys are interested in supporting us, supporting the show, we're going to have pint glasses that we're going to be going ahead and putting out there. Maybe we'll get into some other stuff like the Stein mugs and the Nordic pints and stuff. But stay tuned for the merchandise. Now, great segment, Nate. It's time to go on to the next one, and that's the good news. So this is good news, especially what's going on right now. I hope that you guys aren't feeling it too hard, but gas prices have been insane. We all know why. We're not going to touch on it. We're just going to get right into the better solution, I guess, a problem and resolved and an alternative, and that's electric. And here we go. Volkswagen has premiered its new electric bus. All right, check this thing out. Pop that picture up there, Nate, and let me tell you guys about good news that's coming. If you haven't seen the Super Bowl ads, almost every ad was an electric truck. But check this out. That is, the Volkswagen has unveiled their new ID Buzz in Hamburg, calling it Europe's first all-electric bus. From its iconic roots in the 1950s, the latest CO2-friendly version is affectionately known as a Bulli, resurrecting a popular German nickname for the 211 Volkswagen bus. It's proportions that make the ID Buzz so unique, says Volkswagen chief designer Josef Kabul. He made a direct link back to the original classic vehicle. In the T1, you can practically sitting on top of the front axle. There's no front overhang, even after the safety and technology features are loaded up front. The ID Buzz has super short overhangs And another feature that has always been typical in the model line is its V-shaped front panel. Sans the charismatic round headlights of old, though 5 people have ample room for traveling and for the luggage. Like any van, some of the second row seats can be folded down, doubling the storage capacity. Wow. So there it is, guys. The VW bus, electric bus. What do you think, Nate?
It's not bad. I don't know if I like the look, but the fact that it's electric is interesting, and I wouldn't go yellow.
No?
No. Would you? Black?
No. Yeah, I like black, but it's funny because that this thing is coming out, and I've been debating with my friend, and I basically been calling him a crazy man, and because he has a Volkswagen bus. It's like, okay. I don't know, 61, 62. The thing has been broken down more times than you can count on. It's sat for years, but the body is iron. It's an original bus. And this guy just spent $20,000, Nate. $20,000 on a conversion system to make this thing electric. Now, here's the thing. He's a painter. He's not an electrician, and he's not a car mechanic. So he's trying to figure this thing out. They just send it to you. They send all the pieces and the wires and the things. Yeah. And he's hooking up his 1971 Volkswagen bus or 60s, whatever, to this electric kit that he bought for $20K. And I'm just like, dude, you might want to just pay somebody that knows what the frig they're doing. You've never done this before. Let's say you do figure it out. And works for a little bit. The thing goes like 60, 70 miles per hour. You want to make sure you know what you're doing. So, good luck to you, Pete. I'm a little shocked that he chose that route, especially now that you see that Hamburg and Volkswagen have come up with, a better engineered one. Yeah, it's going to be expensive, but in the long run, I think these things are pretty cool. I really like the electric cars. I wasn't a huge fan of them, but the thing is I drove my boss's Tesla, and I was like, oh yeah, I could see it. The thing I don't like about it is you can't go very far. You can only go up to like 250 miles. So somebody that, like, I don't know, if you want to go on a road trip or something like that, you got to be able to, pull over and charge out. Yeah, so that I'm a little bit hesitant about. So anyway, I think that's good news. I think we're headed in the right direction. Anytime we can go ahead and put gas behind us and pay up front on an electric vehicle, where I think we're going to be in 20 years, is everyone's going to be that. And these gas things are going to be like, whoa, I think that's going to be overall create a lot of different solutions. And I think it's just going to change our world. So I think that's pretty good news. Show and tell, I'm saving to the end of the show. Show and tell is the end of the show. I got something cool for you guys to show you. It's a callback. So let's go ahead and finish this beer, Nate. This is the Rogue Colossal Claude.
Nice beer. I like that.
Nice beer. Nice beer is right.
Good
Very beer. Nice beer.
And let's strong. So it's been a while since I had like an 8% style kind of beer in a 12-ounce can.
That's a good point.
Like all this beer is offered in like 16-ounce cans anymore.
It's funny. We haven't done a bottle in a while.
I know. It's not the style anymore. I feel like it's not cost effective, and you can ruin the beer quicker.
Yeah. But anyway, moving on to the score. This is what you guys all want to know. And we are at the Rogue Al's Colossal Claude. Listen, the taste, beautiful. And I don't really like these fruity kind of beers. I felt like when you first dive into it, it's got a great flavor of oranges. I taste pineapples, possibly a little bit of grapefruit there. And it's just got the right mix of hops. Overall, delicious beer. It's got a great aftertaste. I like that it's strong, but like Nate said, it's not super boozy tasting, but it is strong. One 12-ounce can, I'm definitely feeling it. I'm going to go ahead and give it a score of a 4.0.
Yeah, so I'm going to go 3.5. I do like it, and that's a good score. It's not my favorite of this segment of beer, but yeah, I like it. It's a good option. It's widely available to a lot of people, so they get to try it. 3.5.
Nice. All right, price. We bought this in the hall too, and I believe it was $3.49.
I think it was 2.49.
$2.49. Okay, what did I say? Three.
Yeah.
All right, $2.49. Not bad. $2.50 for a strong beer, a flavorful beer, a beer that you might want to try. Got some cool label going on. I think that's a good price. 3.5.
Yeah, I agree. I'm giving it a 3.5 as well. It's a good price. Good price. This price is not exceptional, but it's right where the $2.49. Obviously, if it was in a bigger can or more ounces, I'd probably give it a score of a 4.0 for the price. That would give me a little bit of pause, but 3.5.
Yeah. Okay. VIH says, how many beers you guys tasting? We are doing 2 today. Frank, Dan, hello from Boston. I bought 8 Guinnesses for the show Thursday. All right. So on that comment, let me go ahead and we'll get back to the scoring. Let me just tell you real quick. This Thursday is St. Patrick's Day here in the United States. It's going to be a zonker. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be doing just one beer because it is a holiday, and we will be reviewing this beer. It's the Guinness Nitro Irish Stout.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, if you haven't tried that, we will tell you what it tastes like. Maybe you'll be inspired to get it, but you still have time. You still got about 6 days to go ahead and get this beer and score along with us. We would love for you to be able to find the beers that we're doing and put in the comments what you think, okay? We would love that. So there it is. We're going to be doing this Thursday at, I believe, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So stay tuned for that. Should be a lot of fun. Now let's get back to the design. This Rogue Colossal Claude, I mean, it's just really good. Just right up the alley of what I like. I think it's cool that it's got the dragon floating through the water, kind of like the Loch Ness Monster. It's got a little story behind it, which is really cool. I really, you know what? I really like this a lot. I love that the color scheme is cool. Overall, you know what? What the hell? Why not? 5.0. I like it.
Whoa. There we go.
I like it.
4.0 from Danny. I like that. So I'm going to go 4.0. I like the can as well. I like that it's not a sticker. I like they go the full can, which is not everybody does it all the time. It's really nice artwork. I like that it's a sea creature. They tell a story. I always harp on that. So if they're going to tell a story, I want to give them points for that. I like this star system. I really like that, where they're kind of give descriptor for what the beer should take.
A little extra, right?
Yeah, and that means a lot to me. So 4.0.
Nice. Accessibility. Look, Rogue's a big brewing company. They're going to be able to be distributed. You're probably going to be able to find it at your major supermarket, wherever you're at, whether you're in the north, the south, the Midwest, or out west. So I think it's pretty accessible in the United States. So I'm going to give them a little chip up on that. Worldwide, I don't know. Probably not. They're just not there. And I think that's why they're widely popular in the United States, because their focus was our country and not the world. So I think that's pretty cool. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and give them a score of accessibility of a 3.0.
Yeah, so I'm going to go 3.5. I think you can get this anywhere in the country. This particular beer, these year-rounds from Rogue, for the most part, especially city, larger metropolises. But yeah, so for me, access 3.5. You can get this most places. Internationally is where the problem comes.
Okay. TMD X Factor. Look, I don't know if you're going to be able to twist my arm like stouts and like sours are becoming. I'm just not thrilled about juicy IPAs, but I do enjoy drinking them. I'm just not like overwhelmed by them. I think that Rogue is a really good company. The TMD X Factor, there's nothing really spectacular going on here other than I enjoyed their beer. They put out a good product. They have a cool label. 3.5.
Yeah, I'm a 3.5 as well. I like it. I think it's a good beer. again, not my favorite style either. I do like New England IPA, and I do like the Imperial versions of those. They have good artwork. They're not a micro brewery. You know, they are a regional brewer. They're a lot of high distribution, so that takes it down a notch for me just a little bit. But overall, good quality. I would drink it again. 3.5.
Nice. Okay. All right. So the Rogue Colossal Claude scores for me a great score of a 19. A 19.
Nice. 18. All right. Good
Oh,
beer.
18. That's pretty good for Nate. That is pretty good. He's a tough scorer. All right. Well, listen. It's been so fun. We're going to take a quick break. Nate's going to entertain you for a minute while I go take a leak. And, we'll get back into the beer number 2 and the What Would You Rather. Woohoo! All right.
All right. So what can I show here? I'm going to go back to the Rogue website. Hold on. Just give me a second, guys. So take a look at their website again. So this is where all of their locations are. You can see they've got location Newport, Oregon, Portland, Oregon, Astoria, Oregon. Like I said before, when Danny was talking about it and we were going over the accessibility, this is a pretty big brewer at this point. This is not a micro brewery. They've been bought out. They've been purchased. They've been growing. They distribute across the country. Let me see what else they got on their website here that might be interesting. Canned cocktails. Wow. So they've got quite a bit going on here. Ginger lime, vodka mule, cucumber lime, gin fizz, grapefruit vodka soda, lemonade iced tea vodka soda. That sounds interesting. Cranberry elderflower vodka soda, and ginger lemon whiskey mule. They look like they come in large 16-ounce cans. Let's see what the ABV is on these things.
Dude, Rogue's got it all.
7.5% for it's not a seltzer though. It's a soda. So you're going to have probably higher calories in this, especially with that AB. But Danny's back.
Let's get it on, buddy. That guy Al is pretty good. Ginevra, yeah, like I said, I remember drinking that a long time ago. I think it was, like David said, one of the OG ones. Nate, make a what would you rather? It's so funny that you asked. Okay, because have trolling. I'm so glad that you had asked, because this week Nate actually created the What Would You Rather. So big round of applause. I've probably done. Let's see, the show's been going on for almost 3 years, maybe 2.5 years. Nate's been here so you're looking at. I've probably done maybe 130 What Would You Rathers, maybe around there. And today was the first one that was brought to my attention from Nate, and I am so excited. So stay tuned for that. But let's go ahead and let's bring in the second beer. Second beer I'm really excited about, because I'm really
become a big fan of this style of beer, I've noticed.
You know what? It's taking a shine, bro. It's taking a shine. It's kind of like,
I remember in the beginning you were not super into it.
I wasn't into it at all, to be honest with you. I didn't like it at all. But I really like it now, and I'm excited to get into it, because I like your beer tasting beers, and this one I don't know if you'd categorize this as a beer. They call it beer, and I think they're stretching it a little bit, but whatever. It falls into the beer, and what I'm talking about, guys, comes from Odell Brewing in Oregon. It is called Sippin' Tropical Sour. Boom. Look at that.
Yeah, that guy.
All right. Is that a monkey or a sloth?
Sloth, dude. Sloths are bad. I mean, they're all slow and all, but
here's a Sippin' Tropical Sour. All right. Beautiful looking can. Nice. Yeah, it's got a story on there. It's just going to be fun to drink. There's a couple of questions that I want to get to. But we'll get into that a little bit later. Prevalent pineapple. Like I said, sours haven't been my thing. Now I'm really starting to like them. Let's see what this one tastes like on today's show. Nate, what's the APV on this one?
4.6, I believe. 4.5. 4.5.
4.5. What up, Rick? What's
up,
going on? All right. How you doing, Rick? Good to have you here. Guys, I just want to let you know, please start promoting the show a little bit more. If you can get one extra person, I know it's a stretch, but look, we can get Nate to get a tattoo. If we get 30 people in the room, he'll get the Malort tattoo. Let's hear the story. All right. We're gonna get into the story in a second. Don't you worry, VIH. But let's go ahead and do what we do. Nate, what do we do?
Crack them, smell them, taste them.
Yeah, that's right. We crack them, we smell them, and we taste them. So here we go. This is from Odell Brewing. It is
3, 2, 1.
the Sippin' Tropical.
Tripping. Woo.
I'm not getting shit.
It's just, there's something about the sours. It almost like a kombucha type of scent to it a lot.
Yeah, almost like a BO.
But this one, it's not strong. The smell's not strong.
No, it's not. Not at all. What do you think it's going to look like? Oh, what kind of glass is it?
You tell me.
A vector.
E,
A vector.
K,
Vector.
U.
I said vector.
I'm not spelling vector. TEKU.
Oh, to Q.
I think it's Teku. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, Deku. That's what I meant. I knew it was something. I thought it was vector.
I like that. Just pour. It's going to be light. It's going to be effervescent. There's going to be a lot of carbonation.
All right, let's do it, man.
Yeah.
It's actually quite yellow.
Yeah.
It's very, very yellow, much similar to the last beer that we had. Wow, it's beautiful looking. Lots of carbonation.
Yep.
Lots of carbonation going on in this thing. It's got almost like a cider green kind of look to it.
Yeah, I see what I'm picking up what you're putting down there.
Yeah, no head at all, flat as ever. But hey, let's go ahead and try out this Sippin' Tropical from Odell Brewing. Cheers. Wow. All right. Look at your face. You're making my face. I gotta be honest with you. There's something about this thing. Look, he had to go right back to it. He likes it. It's like when you see a kid picking his butt and then smelling his fingers, and then he goes immediately back to picking his butt. I hear beers taste better in a funnel. Hey,
Rick, you're right.
It's right here, bro. Look, let's go into the first sip. I knew that it was going to taste like this. Got to go. Calvin, stay warm, my friend. Thank you for hopping on the show. As always, we love you. We're going to see you next time. Thank you so much. The first taste of a sour for normal people would back them away, turn them around, leave the bar, never want to see you again if you ever gave it to them. It literally is like, it's like somebody, it's a BO smell, dude. It's like somebody threw their gym clothes at you. It's not a good taste the first time. Okay, you have to know what you're getting into with these sours. It's not only is it sour, but it's canned sour and it's bottled sour. So that pungent sour taste has been in there, and it's like release the hounds, but it releases this brutal taste of like BO. There's no other way to taste it. But other than that, very tropical and not bad.
other than the BO factor,
dude. It's just
I don't get that with this. I don't get that.
Well, you made the funky face.
Well, the face I actually made. I love sours too. I'm actually kind of underwhelmed by this one a little bit. I feel it's it doesn't. It's kind of not in a carbonation perspective, but just I don't feel it dancing the way I'd expect sour to dance and pucker. It doesn't really give that to me. It's very light and flat in terms of a flavor profile. So I guess that's what you expect for a 4.5% beer. You know, I'm kind of more into the Imperial sours right now.
Huh. Well, I'll tell you what, both Rick Fontana and Ginevra said they love sours. And when you meet people that know what a sour is, they do love it. Like, let's be honest, there's probably about 85% of the population, maybe even more, 90%, has no idea what a friggin' sour is.
You think so?
You know, I do think so. All right, let's get into the small batch and take us through the website, and then we'll go on a little brewery tour.
Yes. Yeah. So see here, I like their website. Descriptive. They give you the information that we're always looking for. They tell you a story. Slow down, unwind, and come hang out for a while with Sippin' Tropical, a delicately sour ale packed with pineapple, passion fruit, and tangerine, and balanced by a touch of Himalayan pink sea salt. Vacation vibes included in every sip. Okay. Are you getting those flavors out of that beer?
Yes. 100%.
Do you get 100%. The salt?
100%. I'm getting all. When you said that, I was like, and I'll tell you why. I taste the pineapple right away, and then the tangerine is that ranky smell. And Ginevra says, "Is it because of the can?" I said, "It could possibly be that. When you drink this stuff fresh from a tap, it probably does taste different. But I definitely taste the tangerine. And then when I lick my lips, I don't lick their lips. You taste salt. I definitely." They're on point there.
Yeah, I mean, and typically when you're gonna get that salty kind of profile would be from like a Gosa, right? It's gonna that style of beer, which I think this is more like. I think that's probably what this would really be categorized as because of the salt element.
Well, I'll tell you what. You know what? Let's go on a little tour, Nate. Let's go through and check out Odell Beckham Brewery.
Beckham.
Wow.
Dude, so you changed the music.
I did. What do you think?
I like it. A ton of energy. That was cool.
A lot of energy. The only thing is a little bit. I didn't adjust the volume, so if you are listening into the headphones, I'm sorry. You probably can't hear this right now.
Did you notice though on the one Sippin' Tropical sour can there was a hummingbird instead of the sloth?
Yeah, they have a. That one is okay. So this one is tropical. That one is a fruity.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what?
Yeah.
Look at it. I can find it on the website. Actually, you're right. Yeah, that's the one that's has I don't know how to pronounce it. Acai, ACAI. How do you pronounce that?
Acai,
guava, and elderberry. So that's the one that's like has a pink color to it.
Yeah, there's a couple of variations with the sours. One of the things I like about sours that I found, and I don't know if this is like what you like too, and I find this a lot with stouts as well. When they add multiple things, marshmallows, peanut butter, chocolate stout, tangerine, blueberry, this and that, I feel like it gets a little bit weird. I like your straight, like the one that was from Cincinnati that I had, where it was just
urban art.
Yeah, just give me one flavor. Just give me one. Give me a peanut butter. Give me, just make it really fucking chocolatey. Make it really blueberry. I don't need all these other crazy stuff going on there, because the thing about that one is there's something to do. If you're eating this stuff in a bowl with yogurt or cottage cheese, you're going to get those different flavors.
Right.
But it's just preserved differently in beer. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, and there's a whole. I mean, the one thing you're going to get with this movement that's been going on for a while is innovation. That's the one thing we as Americans do well. We take something, and we improve upon it. Sometimes we do it too much and too excess, like fast food or something like that. But I've had that like kind of the milkshake style IPAs or the Berlin Weisser type of beers, which has marshmallow, guava, passion fruit, vanilla, Madagascar vanilla. It's got 17 options or was added to it, and then when you're trying to go through, you're like, it's just kind of all mixed together, making like this, like you said before, a juicy fruit kind of thing, where it's just sweetness and you can't really pull out a particular flavor.
Give me a California creamin' all day long. Just give me that cream, dude. But let's go on, guys.
A standard West Coast IPA, and I'm happy.
Nice. All right, guys. I hope that you're excited, because now it's time for What Would You Rather? Dun, 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 dun. What would you rather? This one was brought to us by Nate. I got a really disgusting one at the end, so stay tuned for all 5 of them. But let's get right into it. Thanks, Nate. We're going to go ahead and base this off of 2 different breweries, one being in Oregon and one being in Colorado. So here we go. The first one, where would you rather go? Here's your ticket. You want the Magic Globe? You can go anywhere, but I have the Magic Globe. You can't have it. Look at, boxing them out. All right, you can't do it. But what I'm going to tell you is you can go to one of these 2 places. Which would you rather? Would you rather go to Crater Lake? Boom. Look at Crater Lake. Gorgeous. Okay. Very beautiful place. That is in, Nate, where is that?
That is in Oregon.
What part of Oregon?
West Coast. I don't
West
know.
Coast, Oregon.
I'm not sure where it is. But I think it's pretty close to Portland, because when I was going through it, I was getting a lot of 1-hour drives from Portland type of thing, I think.
Yeah, I mean, look at how clear that water is. Glassy, got some mountains around it, just beautiful scenery. If outdoors are your thing, then you might want to go there. Or would you rather go to Colorado and go to the Sand Dunes National Park?
Ooh,
look at that. That's like an anomaly.
I know. Look, you got the snow-capped mountains in the background, and it looks like you're in the Sahara Desert here in the forefront, and of course, a beach.
Yeah, so that's really pretty. I mean, I just love that. I love the way that looks. I mean, both of them look extraordinary. I'm going to go to both of them. Guarantee it. You will see at some point in my life a video of one of these places, or both of these places. But if I had to choose right now, I would go to Sand Dunes National Park, just because of the way that you have your water, you have your sand, like real sand, and then you have your greens, and then you have your icy mountains. I mean, that's like so cool to see, right? It's just, and then I think you got some grass growing on the sand. So for me, it's Sand Dunes National Park.
Grass growing on the sand. All right. So for me, I think I go here. I don't know. Wow. There's something about that lake. I don't know. I haven't been to Oregon. I also haven't been to Colorado, so it doesn't really prove my point here. But I don't. There's something really. Look at that picture. That water, super clear, all those different colors. Reminds me slightly, Danny, of the mountains in the background, kind of Zion a little bit. Remember how Zion has pink, white with the trees in it? So it kind of reminds me of that. I like that. So I would pick Crater Lake.
Yeah, that was beautiful. That trip is beautiful. If you haven't seen those videos, go ahead and check them out. They're on the show, on the channel. Check out the Zion videos of Nate and I when we went camping. All right, going with number 2. Number 2 is a lot of fun because both says have trouble. Awesome. All right, number 2, you got to go to work, right? unless you're getting a government stimulus paycheck and you just don't want to work for the rest of your life, you got to go to work somehow. If you could pick one of these professions, which one would they be? Would you be a lumberjack? Bum, bum, bum. I'm going out to chop some wood. I'm going to chop down those trees.
Just for the reason why I chose two professions. All right, they're not necessarily unique to Oregon and Colorado, but they are considered two of the most jobs in the world. Lumberjack being number one.
Well, the way I look at it, Nate, is you pick lumberjack, obviously being Oregon, right? Not an easy profession. And then the second profession would be a deep sea fisherman. Now, we just took on the Colossal Claude, and we're trying to bring him in, right? So, well played, my friend. This one's tough. I mean, I've seen these shows like right there, The Deadliest Catch and things like that. I love the water. If I could go back and do anything in my life again, I probably would have joined the Navy just to be on the water. But I also love the forest more than anything. I love trees. I love that environment. The shitty part is you're cutting them down, right? I want a red flannel.
I was going to say, dude, that's the perfect job if you want to wear flannels. Look at this guy.
Flannel. Yeah, he's got it. He's the real deal. Holy God. That guy kind of looks like Charlie. That looks like Charlie Wells.
Look like Charlie Wells.
If I had a pick, as much as I love the water and boating and I love eating seafood, it's quite dangerous and you really have to know what the hell you're doing. I'm going with not that lumberjacks aren't, but I'm going with the lumberjack because you're in the forest. Nate, what are you doing?
Yeah. There's something about having your footing, right? When you're out on a boat, you never have that. And that's been more scary to me. Not that a huge tree falling on you is scary. I would imagine hearing those things fall is pretty frightening. But yeah, I'd have to go lumberjack too. The being on a boat like that, man, I don't know. That's creepy.
All right, going to question number 3. We're going to food. Which would you rather have from Oregon? The Marion pie, which I don't even know what it is, but it's some type of fruit.
Marion berry.
Marion berry. So it's some type of berry that grows rich in their forest. Look at that. It looks like a delicious blueberry pie. That looks phenomenal. As its counterpart, would you rather have a Rocky Mountain oyster?
Whoa! Right. Wow. What is
those are testicles? Those are testicles of an animal. All right. You can see the veins in them. Apparently they're pretty good.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty adventurous. Oh, there they are. Deep fried. Kind of looks like Popeyes. I love fried food, but I'm a sweet tooth. I'm going with the Marion berry pie.
Okay. So the Marion berry pie is like the unofficial state food for Oregon. That's why I chose that. And Rocky Mountain oysters are the unofficial state food of Colorado. That's why I chose those two. Yeah, it's tough. I actually think I'm going to go with the mountain oysters. Yeah, I just because I want to like them, so I would make it my mission to like them. And that means I like them a lot. So I would go with. I already know I like that pie.
You end up loving them, Cindy. Can you make the
beef balls?
Me watching them. Anyway, moving on. We're going to question number 4, and we're talking my wheelhouse, baby. Cartoons. Which do you prefer? The animator Matt Groening. Okay, there he is, happy as hell. All right. All right, look at him.
Look at this guy, dude. There he is.
There he is.
And of course, he was the creator of
The Simpsons. Okay, The Simpsons. Or would you rather go with Trey Parker, the co-creator? All right, there's his headshot. Okay, from Glamour Studios.
This is my favorite one. This is certainly from the 90s.
The creator of South Park.
I'm pretty sure I had that haircut, Danny.
I'm pretty sure you did. But how about the guy next to him? Is that like Screech or who is that?
It looks like Max crossed with Mark Zuckerberg.
It looks like Beaker from the Muppets.
Why is he making that face?
Yeah. All right. Well, it kind of looks like those two belong on some type of weird MTV. Look, people love South Park, but for me, not even in the wheelhouse. I like South Park. They got some smart ass comedy that it's okay. 100% I'm with Hap Trolling. Simpsons is my favorite cartoon. Love the Simpsons. Love all their characters. Will always love it. Going with Matt Groening. Nate, what about you?
Yeah, so I don't watch either of these shows. I don't think I've ever watched a full South Park episode. I have watched full episodes of The Simpsons, but not as many as one might think over the 25 plus years that they've been doing it. So I think South, what people tell me comedy is more aligned with what I would find funny. So I'm gonna have to go with South Park, and I'm gonna go on from the conversations that I've had with other people who really watched this show. So South Park.
Wow, I'm shocked. Okay. All right, moving on. The last one. This one was brought to me by another friend. All right, what would you rather? It's a little gross, so be ready. Would you rather for 1 month go to sleep with a diaper, a baby's diaper in your pillow? It's in your pillow. It's in your pillow. So it's in the pillowcase, but you have to lay on it, and it's fully soiled every day. They get a pound of Indian food, and then they hand they hand over the diaper. Okay, or would you rather for 1 month, as you're sleeping, every 15 minutes, a drop of urine falls on your face?
What's the interval?
15 minutes. So
every 15 minutes, he drops on your face.
Every 15 minutes, a drop of urine on your face from the ceiling. Okay, so so let's see, 4 drops an hour times 8. You have 32 drops of pee on your face.
A drop. Is it a droplet? A single droplet?
Yeah, it's a single drop. It's not like someone's
so just like this.
Nate, you're cutting out.
Oh, my bad. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, so it's just a single drop. That one's tough, but for me, sleeping with a dirty diaper on my face, the warm pillow on a dirty diaper, the smell of 8 hours. Ginevra, I don't know if you've ever stayed to this part of the episode, but number 5 is always disgusting. I don't think I could sleep with a dirty diaper all night. Urine waterboarding for sure. I'm going with the urine waterboarding, okay? Every 15 minutes, a drop of urine. Now, it might go in your eye.
Hey.
So you're going to sleep with a stinky diaper?
Listen, dude. Yeah. So let me tell you why. First of all, it sounds like for this pee thing to happen, I got to be laying on my back. I don't sleep like that. I don't like that. So that's not going to work. Also, every 15 minutes, I got eventually give me 45 minutes. I can probably in my mind come to grips with the bad smell, but at least it'll be uninterrupted. I should be able to the drip on the face, go to sleep. So I'll just sleep with shitty smell.
I mean, the thing is, yes, you will wake up very wet with pee. I'm with you there. After 8 hours of sleep, you're going to wake up soaking wet with urine. But the minute you shift on your pillow and you repress that diaper, a new waft of smell is going to come out and hit you. And you're going to be done.
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it.
Okay.
Listen, I got a 2-year-old. He, poops, 25 times a day. So
I've seen you change his diaper, and you can't stand it. You throw it right to the trash. Right to the trash.
What else are you supposed to do with it? Do you want to, I don't know, do you want me to present it to people, put it in an IPA glass? What am I supposed to do? It goes right in the fucking trash. Sorry.
That's what I'm saying. But I don't think that you could handle somebody eating the whole thing of lamb sog and chicken vindaloo every night and sleeping on it.
If it was your diaper, I certainly wouldn't do it.
Anyway, this is getting disgusting. Let's get back to beer. Nate, tell them a little bit about sours. I know you know more about sours than most people. So why don't you go ahead and brief us a little bit about it?
I mean, yeah, the sour beer, it's an ale, right? So it's a bottom, or sorry, a top fermenting beer for them to get these flavor profiles. They add the snare is going to give it some of that characteristic, and of course they're pulling a lot of the elements out of the hops. Yeah, it's an ale, so it's a top fermentation process, which is going to be at a warmer temp. Typically, a normal sour is going to be lower in alcohol by volume content. The percentage is usually going to be about, let's call it 4.5, which is what this one is, to about 5.5. But you'll see a majority of them between 4.5 and 5. Once you get into the Imperial sour game, which is kind of becoming way popular right now, and that's because they're trying to fill the 16-ounce cans with more alcohol, which means they can charge more money. And what that has resulted in is these super thick, very powerful, strong sours that come with a ton of body and mouthfeel. They're pillowy and cloud, almost tastes like a milkshake, and they're adding all sorts of different ingredients into it. Something like Marshall is even being added in. So yeah, it's a huge. There's a movement going on with sours right now. It's exciting. But this is one of the standard ones with a lower ABV as opposed to something that's an Imperial that is much stronger. Uh-oh. Looks like Danny left. So if you were going to drink a sour, you would go to the glassware here. You probably want to go with the goblet or the tulip. There you go.
What is going on right now? Sorry, guys. I don't know what has happened. Nate, did I just interrupt something?
Nate sounds like a bad rapper.
What did you do? Sorry, guys. I had to run out.
That's why.
Oh, yeah, I know. You've been choppy all day. I don't know what's going on with your internet.
Yeah, I don't know either. I agree. Something's going on. Anyway.
All right. So I had to go ahead and start the show and tell. We'll get to that in a second. But glass mug number 1 says have trolling. Bubba's laughing his ass off. I had to get ready the show and tell. Let's go ahead and score this one. Here we go. The sour. Slam it down, Nate. Cheers. I like sours. I like them. This is what we're drinking. It is the Sippin' Tropical from Odell Brewing. It's very good. I'm going right into the taste. I like it. Like I said, the taste with this thing is there's a lot of complexity going on in it. I don't like the complexity going on with sours. I like one straight sour. And for that, I'm going to give it a little dang. Still a good beer, but I'm going to give it a 3.0. Didn't absolutely love it, but still tasty. Nate, what are you giving it?
Yeah, I'm doing a 2.5 on the taste. I like... Oh. Yeah, I need more here. It's just too light. There's not enough going on. If I'm going to drink a sour, I wanted those elements of sourness. I'm just not getting it. It's just like a pilsner that has pineapple and salt. So 2.25.
Okay, Jens, what up? All right, price. Nate, what do we pay for this Sipping Tropical?
$1.99.
$1.99. Great price. Try something new. The only thing that strikes it is it's not a super strong beer, but that's okay. It's something new. Might be kind of a starter sour, if you will. I'm going to go ahead and give it a score of a 3.5. Anytime you can get a beer for $1.99, I think it's a pretty good bargain. Nate, what do you got?
3.5, same reason.
All right, the design. Let's take a look. I like it. I like sloths. The funny thing is I was talking to some guys last couple weeks ago, and they did a analytical study of what people like, and young teenage girls like sloths. That's who scored the highest on sloths. So what he did is he took the analytics, He brought that to a board of investors, and he was able to secure a couple of $1 million to invest in a movie about killer sloths. Kind of weird. I don't know what that has anything to do with the beer. One thing I did notice is there's like a thing of corn on here, right? What is that? Is that corn, Nate?
Where do you see the papaya?
Papaya looks like that.
Oh, yeah. Oh no, that's what the hell is it?
I don't know, right?
I don't know what it is. It's some kind of fruit. Anyway,
yeah. I don't see the tangerine is there. I'm sorry. Okay, but it does have my favorite flower, which is the bird flower. Okay, the paradise. Yeah, love that flower. Love the can. It's pretty cool can. But nothing spectacular. 4.0.
Yeah, 3.5 for me. I like it. I like that it's not a sticker. I like that it's got a lot tells a story, which I like to give points for. I like the sloth. 5.
I want to see the young ones, the Neil and Nigel. I don't know that one. Okay, going on to the accessibility. Look, this one is kind of hard to find throughout the United States, I think. Although Odell is getting popular, I don't know how many big places you'll be able to find it. When it comes to the world, nothing great, but their distribution out west is pretty good. So there, I'll give them a little bit. 3.0.
Yeah, I'm going 2.0. You're not going to get it internationally, and you won't get it in a lot of places in the country here. We get it because we're on the West Coast, and Colorado's not that far. So for me, 2.0.
Okay. All right, TMD X Factor. Look, there's nothing great about this one. It's definitely interesting. I feel like what I was saying before, I'm going to hold true, is when I want to drink a sour, I want one flavor, and I want it to be ultra sour. This one didn't really do it for me, but it was pretty good in terms of if you never tried a sour, you might enjoy it. It's a different taste, but overall, it really didn't do a lot to me. 3.5.
Yeah, I'm doing a 2.5. I was underwhelmed by it as well. I would say this. I'd like to try more of Odell's beers and try.
Yeah, not bad.
I appreciate their style. I would like to try some different ones. And I know that 90 shilling is pretty much available. It's a low-cal beer. So there's some options out there I'd like to try. X Factor 2.5 for me.
Nice. All right. We're going with the score for the Sipping Tropical Sour from Odell Brewing. I gave it a 17. 17, folks.
Wow. That's pretty high.
Yeah.
14 for me.
A 14?
Yeah. I don't, you know what? I don't ever need to drink it again.
He's a tough scorer, guys. I'm a little more lenient. I feel like it's good beer. Like I said, a lot of it is, if you never tried a sour, you probably like trying something like this. It would give you a lot of flavors. But for me, I know what a lot of flavors taste like in beer. I'm familiar with it, and I don't like it. But, hey, that's our score. Now it's time to go to show and tell. And, Nate, you're going to like this one. I've brought this one on the show before. I'm bringing it back, and I'm actually showing you how to do it. So stay tuned. I told you before I was going to Vietnam. So today, show and tell.
I know what it is. I'm going
to make a Vietnamese coffee, baby. All right. So
who got you that thing?
You did, my friend. You did. All right. So here's a couple of things. I'm going to go and get the.
I think we should be on the solo. What do you guys think?
What's it?
I think we should be on the solo screen for this. We want to see what you're doing here.
Okay. All right. So here's what we do. This is a Vietnamese coffee, a little bit different than your regular coffee. All right. So I know it's the beer channel, but I want to show this as my show and tell. Here's a couple of things you need. You don't need this glass. You can put it in any glass cup, whatever you want. I just use this VIH said coffee. It's just show and tell. This is a travel channel. So, I wanted to go ahead and show you a little bit cool new coffee if you want to try. This is the way you'll see it often in Vietnam. This is, I have the Trung Nguyen, coffee from Vietnam. And this little guy right here, this is the coffee maker from Vietnam. So this is the kind of thing that you need. Now, it opens up. You have this little cap that you can put here where you put your spoon on. Okay. Then inside you have this little presser thing. You can see it's got holes in it. Okay.
Yep.
Then you have this piece and you have this cup, which has holes in it. You can see the holes. So here's how you make it. You put this part down here like this. But before you do this, you want to make sure it's a true Vietnamese coffee. They don't use sugar grain. They use condensed milk. Okay. Condensed milk. All right. So I bought the Easy Pack. This is the United States. Okay. This is the Eagle brand. This is really nice. This is condensed milk. So one of the things that you will find often is it's in a tin can, but once you open it up, you're not able to use it again unless you use all of it. So
You know what?
I like
When you say that, I realize that now. I've always had that problem with condensed milk. That's a great idea right there.
Yeah, you just squeeze this condensed milk in there. Okay. I'm gonna give it quite a bit. Okay. All right. So go ahead and get in there. All right. This one, this guy, he's a young guy. He keeps going. All right. So there we go. Go ahead and put the condensed milk in there, just like that. Then we put this piece on there. If you don't know, this is on Amazon. I'll put the link in the description if you want to go ahead and order one of these. Then what you do is you go ahead and you put this cup like this. Here, you open up your coffee and, oh, so good. I usually take about a tablespoon, okay, shake it off a little bit and dump it right in there, maybe a little bit more.
What kind of coffee is that you're using, Danny?
This is a Trung Nguyen. It is from Vietnam. I order it directly through Vietnam. I've been ordering it for years. I'll put it down in the description if you want to try it. It's kind of like their Folgers or their Maxwell House. Now, one of the things is you can see the coffee is in here. You want to then just take this thing and pat it down a little bit, make it nice and even, and put it back on like this.
Nice.
Then an Irish coffee. Take your hot water and you want to drizzle it ever so slowly into this cup, just like this. Okay, the cup is going to fill up all the way to the top. Okay, now the first time it fills up, it's going to take a while to drip through. You put the top on and you wait. Now, during waiting, we're going to go ahead and do what are you reading? What are you watching? What are you listening to? But as you can see, it's dripping. It is dripping black coffee. Okay, so this is an interactive show and tell. Look at that, Nate. Look, I can see you smiling. You want one.
Well, first of all, before we ever went to Vietnam, I don't know if you knew, I never realized how big of a coffee culture Vietnam actually has. And if you're in Ho Chi Minh or if you're in Hanoi, one thing you will notice coffee shops everywhere. They are all over the place. They are manic about the, and it's because their coffee is unique and they use that condensed milk, but the actual coffee is very, very strong. It's very rich, very robust, very thick. It's dark, almost black, and that's why they use that condensed milk. Different style, but they are crazy over coffee in Vietnam.
Yeah, and one of the things I also want to reiterate is, yes, this is a beer show. When do you add whiskey? You can add whiskey at any time. I will be adding a little bit of liqueur to this one. Okay, I will be adding pecan liqueur, and that will come in a minute. But I just wanted to give you this process because I am Travel Man Dan, and this is a travel channel with a beer show episode or show. So let me go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead and spin the die, and we're going to talk about what are you reading, what are you watching, what are you listening to. Number 3, what are you listening to? Oh, okay, so I'm listening to a very famous Canadian band called the Tragically Hip. Okay, I love the Tragically Hip. I was turned on to them back in the 90s. All right, very, very fun. If you don't know the Tragically Hip, well, maybe you're not from Buffalo, Detroit, or other parts between, but they got a great sound. They're like that classic 90s rock and roll. If you get a chance, please listen to the Tragically Hip, and you will love it. Nate, what are you listening to?
So I've been kind of on a 60s kick recently, and then there's a song that I forgot about, and it's from 1969 by the Grassroots called Midnight Confessions. And Awesome song. I'm kind of addicted to it right now, which means I'll probably listen to 100 times a week. That's my song.
You will, Nate. I was just telling someone the other day. Thank you, Ginevra. We love you right back. Yes. Basically, Nate is really good at lyrics. I have no idea why, but I can listen to a song 100 times, and then I could go ahead and learn a Shakespeare monologue of 2 pages, but I can't remember that. Ellie King, Baby Outlaw. Do you know that song? Nice.
I don't.
So, Nate, what is your favorite part of Vietnam?
Oh, that's tough. Ho Chi Minh. Probably Ho Chi Minh. Ho Chi Minh. There was a different style between. So obviously the Vietnam is split up, not anymore officially, but north and the south. Danny and I went there and spent time in Ho Chi Minh, which is the southern part of Vietnam. They are they're very good with tourists, very good specifically with Americans. The northern Vietnamese is a little bit different. The personalities are different, I think, at least for me. But I loved both of them. And but I would have to, if I choose one of the two, I would choose probably Ho Chi Minh over Hanoi. What about you?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Nha Trang. I'm gonna go with. I really like the beach town. So as you can see, my coffee's filling up. You want to probably run it through maybe one other time. And what I told Have Trolling, or I'm going to add this, a little coffee pecan liqueur, Louisa's from Tennessee. So this is the shit right here. All right, I'm going to make a nice little coffee drink. It's a liqueur. It's strong. It's delicious. And I'm going to end the show with the quote of the show as soon as this coffee's done. I like the addition of the coffee talk. Thank you, Frank. I appreciate it. You probably won't ever see this again. But what I like to do is kind of introduce the crowd, because beer drinker or traveler or whatever, hopefully both, you experience different cultures in the world. And that's just one of the aspects I wanted to bring by doing this show and tell. Listen, if you haven't had a Vietnamese coffee like this, it's something else, man. It's just amazing. Go in to your Vietnamese restaurant and ask them, or go to the link after this video and order this stuff. I'll send you the link for this. You can find it. It's about $12. You can buy one of these. It's about $4, and you can make it exactly the way I said with the condensed milk. Now, I don't know how it's going to taste with the Louisa's, but Louisa's is the shit. So I bet you it's going to be really good. All right, so right as it's probably just about over, you don't want to fill up the whole cup like a regular cup of coffee. You just transport this over to here and take the Louisa's. Oh, gosh, that is good. A little coffee pecan liqueur. Stir it up. Hey, Marissa. Cheers and coffee. Now look at this. That is a Vietnamese coffee with a little pecan liqueur inside of it.
That looks good, man.
Wow. 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 Dude, this is so good. This is so good, man.
Some ice in that thing.
Nah, I like it hot.
Danny's not an iced coffee man.
Sometimes I am. If I'm at an amusement park, I like it.
Amusement.
All right, let's go on to the last thing, and let's go ahead. And I want to talk about the quote of the show. Thank you so much you're going to feel cracked out the rest of the day. Carlos C. has obviously had himself a Vietnamese coffee. This one is also a Vietnamese proverb. Okay, a lot of talk about Vietnam because I'm getting psyched about going there. But a Vietnamese proverb said this: when eating fruit, remember who planted the tree. And I love this because so oftentimes we get further and further from whatever we're doing, but we forget the people that created or started or developed or got us to the place that we got to. However, you can relate this. It's so true because sometimes when you're a kid and you're learning in education and you become on your way and you go ahead and you get started in your journey of your career, you look back in your life and you say, you know what? I don't know how I got here. I don't know how I got this interest and stuff. But maybe it was my 7th grade teacher who planted that seed, who grew that tree in me that kind of really inspired me to create a life around robotics or whatever it be. That's who, you don't want to forget. The people that, helped you get there in a sense. The people that have not just gave you things to get there, but also planted a seed and grew that thing with you. I really think this is a really important aspect in everybody's life. And I know for me on this channel, I know as I continue to grow, as I continue to get better, we add things, we take things away. I'll never forget where I came from. I'll never forget how I started this channel. And I just wanted to say thanks. And if you can go ahead and think about the quote of the show throughout your week and look back in your life and see how it relates to you, I think that's really good for you. And I think that helps you be introspective and understand your life. Remember the Vietnamese proverb, okay? When eating fruit, remember who planted the tree.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Anytime you can, take a look at your roots and where you came from is a good thing.
Dude.
I like that coffee. I want to try one.
Yeah, dude. This thing. Now, I will tell you, after drinking an IPA, a sour, and this coffee, my breath could probably knock out a rhinoceros. But, Nate, this thing is phenomenal. And this finishing move. I
like it.
Guys, it was a great show. That's going to do it for us today. I hope that you had fun. Nate's showing the cans. This is what we did. The Rogue Colossal Claude and the Sippin' Tropical Sour from Odell Brewing. It was a fantastic show. Next week is going to be a lot of fun because we're going to have Beer Feelings, a great beer person on Instagram. She's going to be on the show. We've got some great beers from Colorado. But remember, on next Thursday, so a few days from now, the Nitro Irish Stout. Okay?
Be there or be square.
Matt, what's up, Matt Mang? Yes, please try to get this and join along. By the way, do you not spend your birthday with your family? Yeah, 25 years, man. I have not been with my birthday. Yeah, it's kind of sad. I miss my family. But yeah, thank you so much, guys, for watching. VIH, Marissa, Drunatic, Matt, Tenacious Freak, Barno, Drunatic. Who else is still here? Jens, if you're in the house. Calvin, are you here? Frank, are you here? I don't know who is here, but guys, thank you so much. Thank you each and every week. You guys are the people who planted the tree so that I can eat the fruit. I love you guys. I hope that you have a wonderful week. Nate, thank you so much for being here. Vietnamese coffee to you, my friend. Have a great week. Yeah, awesome. That right there is Nate's IPA.
Oh, right? You got it right.
Nate IPA. I'm Travel Man Dan. And remember, it's a big world out there. Make sure you see every bit of it.